Oh, we are live. Oh, I
Yes,
was trying to figure out what was going on. That's weird. Okay.
yes,
Hey, everybody.
right. Hey, we're live. It's another
Yes,
Water Cooler
Water
Wednesday.
Cooler Wednesday.
Right. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And we're here with Water Cooler Wednesday, unlocking the path to your new home. And so I'm Dione Branch with Allure Dream Homes, brokered by EXP.
And I am Lisa J. White, the House Money Mama, licensed loan originator with Nexa Lending.
Okay, all right. So today, guys, we're going to talk about the sellers, what sellers really want right now in the Chicago market. Like, what are they looking for?
What are they looking for? And also, even more importantly, I think we should focus on what buyers are missing that might be
Yeah,
costing them a deal.
yeah, definitely, definitely. All right, so one of the things that we think that sellers want is they want certainty, right? They want to know
Certainty.
that the deal is actually going to close.
Right, that's exactly right. Because what I'm seeing is that buyers are thinking that being pre-approved is enough, but sellers are really looking for buyers whose files are fully reviewed. So, like when your loan is already structured and vetted up front, kind of like the way that I do it,
Mm-hmm.
what that does is lets the seller know that the deal is solid, you're ready to go, you have everything you need. So we do, my thing, CIA, credit, income, assets. We look at all of that and review it and make sure that we have what we actually need and then give a pre-approval. So when sellers see that, that matters. That makes a big difference to them.
That does. It definitely does. I know in the past we lenders would also take people all the way through like underwriting. And so then when they have a house, they can go in and actually say, I can close in 10 days because you're only like tying the house to the property, right?
So, yep, just to do so they would call that like a pre-underwrite, a pre-underwritten loan, because it's already technically conditionally approved. The only thing you really need to do is you need to get the appraisal, make sure it comes in at value, and then, obviously no repairs. And once you get that part though, then you can just go right back into underwriting and get the final approval and clear to close.
Then clear the clouds. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right,
Hmm.
all right. So another thing that sellers are looking for is clean offers, right? They don't all this confusion and negotiating back and forth gets a little bit confusing. So they want just kind of like a clean offer.
So a clean offer, I would say, so maybe meaning that not having contingencies.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of times when I'm working with people who have to sell their house contingent on buying another house, um, I mean, yeah, they buy their house. Sorry, contingent on buy their house on them contingent on them actually selling their house. I said it right this time. I said it wrong the first time. But buy a house contingent on selling their house. A lot of sellers that scares some sellers because they're kind of like, oh well, what if their house doesn't sell? So a lot of
Yeah,
times I will take a seller that's a buy sell. So you're a buy sell. We'll put your house on the market. We'll actually have an accepted offer. And then when we're putting offers down on houses, we have all of that all together. See, look, this is our offer. We are contingent, but our house is already on the market. Uh,
yeah,
we have a buyer already, the house is contingent, and then also like they are already out of attorney review period. That gives you less time to look, but it also has you a better chance of actually being able to buy, yeah, buy a house.
right.
Hmm. The the
Yeah.
other thing I think that's considered when we're saying less messy is, um, oh, I like this house, but I want to offer 20,000 less than the off asking price. I want to see if the seller is gonna
You don't like
negotiate.
it that much if you want to pay $20,000 less.
Girl, yes, they do. They be like, I really like it, but I'm like, what are we gonna offer? It's like, do you think they'll accept less than the asking price? Well, why are we looking at this? Is not your price range, right? And
Right.
so we're selling, and then buyers feel like, oh, then we can negotiate. Well, the thing is, you really, depending on how many people are looking at that house, they're not going to negotiate with you if they have more people that's looking and placing offers. They're just going to accept the other person's offer. And then I have people that they get upset and they ask me, they say, well, why didn't they counter offer? I'm like, well, they had another offer, so why should they counter offer with you? I
With
mean,
you. Yeah.
right. You're the one that's trying to negotiate for the lowest price possible. So that's one of the
Yeah,
things.
maybe we should do a class on negotiation
Yeah, for sure, for
or
sure.
a water cooler Wednesday on negotiation where
Hmm.
we just talk about, because I guess in some ways, especially if you're a first time buyer, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of that a lot goes into negotiating an offer, and so
Mhm.
I can suggest some things to you, but if the offer really has to come from the buyer, and so you have to, if you're trying to go in and negotiate, and this house has lots of buyers already looking, that's not a good time to negotiate. A good time to negotiate
Right.
is a house that's been on the market for a long time and the seller
Yeah.
is ready to wants to
Motivated. You're ready to
sell.
get it off the market, right? You motivated
Right,
now. I'm tired of this.
right. So now that
Yep, that
is a
that makes
time to
perfect sense.
negotiate.
That's really
Hmm.
good.
Right. They
Mhm. Yep, that makes good.
One thing, let's talk about the speed. Seller loves a quick closing.
Oh, that's my specialty. We could do a
Right.
quick closing. I like quick closings too. I think my record right now but this wasn't a purchase. I think this one was a refi. But I think my record for closing from application to clear to close is 3 business days.
Wow. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's really good. I mean, and sellers, they definitely do. They want that quick closing. A lot of times I'll put 30 days to close. A traditional close might be like 45 days, but I'll put 30, and then hopefully our wonderful lender gets it in sooner, but at least it's not the full 45 days that somebody has to wait in order for our deal to
Right.
close.
Right. Yep,
Mm,
absolutely. So that kind of goes back, though, in order to be fast like that, that goes back to the word that we always use on Water Cooler Wednesday, which is the P word, preparation.
yeah,
So
yeah.
when you are prepared, we get you prepared. You do things that we ask you to do and encourage you to do. You get documents ready, your money's in place, your credit is good. We can move quickly because we don't have
Hmm.
a lot of hoops to jump through. And
Right.
really, as the lender, I've already kind of pre-underwritten the file.
Yeah.
If I've reviewed all your documents and, done all the calculations and I know guidelines, I've looked through all that stuff. Really, I'm just having the underwriter, they almost like quality control,
Right.
because
Just
I've already
finish.
done, the work to know what needs to be done. And they're just kind of checking that I've done it correctly, you know?
Hmm.
So, because
And
we're not really gonna get any surprises. If we've been really prepared, then we shouldn't get any surprises with
right.
underwriting.
And I always tell the clients too, like they're like, well, how soon can we close? As soon as you get Lisa all the documents that she asked you for.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. So If you want to take 2 weeks to give her that first document, then there we are. Wait,
There you go. Expect the
right,
35-day close. Right,
right,
exactly.
right. So, but if you're able to move quickly, then she can move quickly. So,
Yeah.
that's always my thing. Like how soon can we close?
Mm-hmm.
How soon
You
can you
answer your
get
own
those
question.
documents? Right.
You
And we
decide.
and we and we have some clients, Lisa, you say you mentioned before that we have clients that had the quick turnaround and
Oh yeah.
right.
I've had people where, you ask them for a document in the same day or a lot of times within a few hours, you have it.
Yeah.
So that's ideal. Obviously, people like that, we can close with them pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. What
So
else? So we mentioned three things already. What else do we have
right.
that
Sellers are always looking for financial strength, not just the price.
hmm,
So
that's
it's
true because
right.
it is kind of a misconception that FHA and VA loans are weaker, but really that's not true. A lot of times
Yeah.
people think that it's kind of, like a myth, if you will. Um, but a strong buyer is really about the entire picture, not just about
Mhm.
what type of financing, that they have. So again, the CIA, the credit, the income, the assets, and how the file is presented, all of that makes a difference. So
Yeah. And sometimes we'll have a person that could actually go conventional, but
mhm,
FHA is a better deal for them,
it might make more sense. Yeah.
if they're,
Mhm.
you know, depending on the house. It's like there's a lot of different things that Lisa looks into as far as determining like which way you could go. If it's a condo, we
Yeah.
want to try to make sure you go conventional because in Illinois, most
Yeah.
condos associations can really only accept conventional financing. So
Mhm.
so we try to get you into a conventional loan rather than an FHA loan. But in some houses, it might be better to go FHA for just different reasons as well.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. She's so
Mhm.
smart. Dion knows stuff.
I try.
That's good. That's real good. What else? What else do you think,
Listen,
Dion, would be?
that said your team plays a big role too.
Yeah,
So, mhm. Right.
we'll
So
definitely agree.
right. We always we work as a team. We have people that have partnered with us through most majority of our transactions, and
Mhm.
so because we're a team and we're familiar with one another, we have already set expectations of how many days the inspection report should be back, how soon we can get into a
Yeah.
house, just different things like that helps us as a team in order to work together.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. Listing agents a lot of times will call the lenders too. That happens
Mhm.
much, much, much more frequently now than
Oh,
what it used
definitely.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
definitely.
they learn to stop playing that game.
And
Like,
then now Lisa and I try to make sure she's like included on the
right.
offers, right? So then that even Lisa is more proactive. She doesn't wait for them to
The
call her. She
listing.
can
Yep.
call them. She could call them and let them know, hey,
Mhm.
we're great.
Exactly. When I can confidently explain, a buyer's file, how ready they are, it shows a lot of strength and it builds confidence. It builds confidence with them that we can do what we say that we can do, because they see that we've already taken the steps necessary in order to get those things accomplished. So that means a lot. Because you'll be surprised to know that even in 2026, there are still lenders out here who they don't do their due diligence. And
Yeah.
by the way, when y'all see these people on social media telling these different things that you can do, you need to be careful because I can't tell you how many times I have seen somebody explaining how to commit mortgage fraud. So yes, sorry,
Because
that's a little
she think that's just a little issue with her. Right?
just a
Got a
little.
little aggressive, right?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
uh,
So you got to have some people you can trust. You really do.
yeah.
You have to A
You
good
want
team makes a difference.
Right. You definitely want a team that's steering you in the right direction. Right.
Away from
So,
mortgage fraud.
what are buyers getting wrong?
Um, I would say sometimes starting the process too late because if something is wrong, then you don't have enough time to fix it. You know, especially if you've already started looking at those. See, here's what people do, and I'm sure you know this. They go on Zillow, Realtor.com,
Yep.
Redfin, all these different places, and they start, oh, this is nice, and they start clicking, and that's where the problem begins. That's what they're
Right.
getting wrong right there. What they need to do is contact me or contact you, and you're gonna send them to me,
Right.
and then see what you qualify for and make sure nothing, we live in a time where people are stealing identities. We live in a time where, companies act like, your data being compromised is not a big deal. And so then that happens. And then when that happens, now that has an impact. Maybe there's something that shows up on your credit and it's genuinely erroneous. It's a
Mm-hmm.
mistake. It's not you. But you still have to unfortunately go through the process of getting it removed. And that's not something that happens overnight.
Yeah.
So the again, back to the word that we always say, we gonna preach this to the day we die. Prepare.
Prepare.
You have to
Yep.
get into the preparation process. So don't start today and then think you're gonna be in the house, in 2 weeks. That's not gonna happen if you haven't prepared. You
Yeah.
have to be prepared.
Yeah. I don't know how many people that call me up or I'm connected as a lead and they're ready to view a house. Oh, I want to go out and look
Hmm.
at this house. And you're like, oh, well, have you spoken to a lender? I don't know. Like I
Yeah.
can afford 300, $400,000 house. I make good money.
Right. I'm sure you do.
We laugh because we've had that. Right. And then we
Yes.
have to tell them that you down to 180.
Right. Especially depending on where you want to live, them taxes eating up most of your monthly mortgage payment bill.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, unfortunately, that's why we definitely say prepare and
Yes.
talk to a lender first. I really don't want to take anyone out to look at houses before we've actually got a pre approval because the worst thing
Right.
is for you to fall in love with a house and then have to compare every house to that house that you fell in love
Right.
with because that house was $400,000 with the gold toilet, and now
Right.
now you only have porcelain toilets.
Right.
Well,
That's funny.
right. So I'm just saying, let's talk. Let's do it the right way and talk to the lender first.
Yeah.
So if
That's a
you're
good
buying
strategy.
right, if you're buying in today's market, you need to strategize, right? You need a strategy.
Mhm.
So I think we just kind of talked about that a little bit, pretty much,
I
right?
think so.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Because sellers want to know that you think like a seller, like you're not just out for you, but that you're concerned about the entire transaction.
Yeah,
Sellers are choosing certainty, simplicity, strength. And when your offer reflects those kind of things, then you stand out and they
you
want to go with
stand up.
you.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
they want to sell their house. They don't want to give it away, right?
Right.
And so, it's good when you give a respectable offer, um,
Right.
and maybe just get assistance with your closing costs, things like that. That will help you, but also
Right.
not take away so much from the seller. I mean, we can't
Right.
go. You can, but do you really want to go into a deal? Be like, hey, I want to give you 20,000 off the seller price. I want to ask you $10,000 for you
And
to
seller
cover
credits.
for seller credit. I
Right.
want a home warranty. That's $700 for the
Right.
seller. And I want to do a home inspection, and I want to ask you to repair all the stuff that we think is wrong.
Right.
Your offer is
That's
not
a
going to
lot.
get accepted. Right?
Yeah,
It's a
that's a
lot.
lot.
Right? It's a
Mhm.
lot. They'd rather sit on the market. a little longer and wait for
Mm-hmm.
and wait for the right buyer than to have to go back and negotiate with you back and forth for something like
Mm-hmm.
this.
Yep. Well,
Mm.
I think we're at the end of our segment for today.
Yes, yes. We are so glad for you all to join us. We are here every Wednesday. And if you need to purchase or sell a home, you could contact me, Dion Branch, at Lord Dream Homes. And my number is 773-819-6092. And I am available to talk to you and give you some guidance as far as selling your home, providing you a CMA, which is a market update, as
Mm.
well as discuss your next steps as far as purchasing a home and or purchasing and selling a home. So,
Yeah.
and if we always tell you, you need to start with Lisa White. And so Lisa, her number is 630-977-6150. Give Lisa a call. Get your start to get your pre-approval ready.
Yes. Don't
Mhm.
wait. Don't delay. Let's do it today.
Right. And then you know what? Even if you're not ready for right now, we can
Mhm.
actually plan for 6 months down the line. Talk to you
Yeah,
about the things that you need to do in order to move forward. So we're always available for a planning session.
that's right.
Mhm. All right.
So it's been another Water Cooler Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us on this 25th. This is the last Wednesday in March of 2026.
Yes. Yay.
So we getting into the real spring. I don't know if Mother Nature gonna agree or not by the weather, but
I don't know what we're in. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
have a good night.